Hey guys, how's it going? Professor Shuckle here, and today I'm here with our run for the APA Gym Leader Challenge Season 5. Previously, 2 or 3 seasons ago, I had done this, but as a gym leader. I was the gym leader for the Fairy Gym, and I had a lot of fun, so this season I decided to try out as a challenger instead. For those who don't know, the Gym Leader Challenge is just like a draft league version of the in-game gym leader system. So we have coaches being acting as the gym leaders for their type, and they're only allowed to draft Pokemon of that type. 6 Pokemon for a 6v6 singles battle. But to make it fair for the gym leaders and to make it like more competitive, each gym leader is allowed to draft either 1 Uber Legendary or 2 non-Uber Legendaries, and to use the Z Crystal of their type. As for challengers, they're not allowed to draft mythical or legendary Pokemon because you wouldn't get them in the game at that time, and you're not allowed. You don't start off with any Z Crystals. You have to beat a gym leader to get their badge and the Z Crystal, and then you're allowed to use the Z Crystal. And once you've collected 8 gym badges, you are eligible to enter a challenger elimination bracket, kind of similar to the games where after you beat the gym leaders, you go on victory road, and you cross that, and then you battle the Elite Four, and then eventually the champion. Something similar to that. Anyway, for the challengers, they had to draft 1 of each tier. So our team's going to consist of Mega Glade from tier 1, Greninja from tier 2, Draco from tier 3, Gigglet from tier 4, Rotom Fan from tier 5. Why is Rotom Fan? And Sandslash from tier 6. Also, additionally, this wasn't required, but I said I would only use Z Crystals on my boy Sandslash just to give him some love. So there's that. So I'll mostly be aiming to get the Z Crystals that Sandslash can abuse. I do challenge all the 18 gym leaders, so I'm going to go over all my games. The prep and stuff is going to be very quick because they were like 5-minute builds, and I'll just be like showcasing like the plays I made. Yeah, so this will be fun. It's just going to be a long one, so grab your popcorn, and yeah. So the first gym leader I challenged was my buddy Skyhorse, actually. He was the Ice Gym Leader and has a team of Mega Abomasnow, Alolan Ninetales, Calyrex, Ice Rider, Galedarm, Arctozolt, and Frostlass. Pretty threatening team, and like matches up really well versus me because I have like a bunch of Pokemon that are completely useless because of Hail. But anyway, Mega Glade, which is really good in this matchup because he does have Mono Ice. So we're running Shadow Sneak, Drain Punch, Knockoff, Brick Break for the Whale, Shadow Sneak for the Frostlass if it's Sash, Knockoff for the Frostlass as well, and Drain Punch for everything else. Pretty bulky, so we can take on hits and heal up with Drain Punch. Enough speed for Galedarm. And yeah, this is that. Next up, we have Gigglet with Rocky Helmet, Sandstream to reset Hail. Pretty physically bulky to take on Arctozolt hits with the helmet. Rest Sleep Talk with for longevity, and then Rock Blast because Mono Ice, and then Body Press to hit everything, which is now Frostlass. Next up, we have Sandslash with Focus Sash, which is a dedicated lead to set up hazards versus his team. I believe he does not have removal, so yeah, this is a way of pressuring his team. I need Stealth Rock up for the next member on my team, and Spikes are just nice to have, and then Knockoff to get rid of Boots, and then Sandstorm just to reset weather if I need to, because again, Sandslash is really bad here. He can always just go hard, Abomasnow, and I can't do much about it. Next up, we have Greninja with Choice Scarf, so it outspeeds Arctozolt and Hail, and does also outspeed Scarf Galedarm. And then we are Physical with Gunk Shot for the Yellow and Ninetales, Low Kick, which hits everything except the Frostlass, Night Slash, which hits the Calyrex and the Frostlass, and then U-Turn for Momentum. I need Low Kick, that's why I needed Rocks, because Low Kick after Rocks 100% kills Mega Abomasnow, as well as kills Galedarm, guaranteed. So Rocks would be nice for this. Next up, we have Dracozolt with Flamethrower, Meteor Beam, Sunny Day, Substitute with Power Herb. Sky and I were the ones who built the Celesteela OU team with Meteor Her Power Beam. Power Her Meteor Beam, so I just wanted to bring that again versus him just because I thought it'd be funny. Sunny Day and Substitute. Sunny Day just to reset weather. Substitute is just to get behind the sub if I can, but I don't think I'll click it. Rotom Fan, which is absolutely useless in this matchup, so we're just running light clay screens if we can get them up. Otherwise, it's probably just going to be sacked. So anyway, let's jump into the match. As I said, I'm going to lead Sand Slash. As he leads Gyarados, I thought he was going to U-turn here, so I clicked Rocks, but he clicks Crash and flinches me because RH3 moment is too strong. This was during DPL, so RH3 moment was the thing. Yeah, he flinches me, I don't get up Rocks, which is really bad. But I go Gigglet and click Knock because even if he stays in, I cannot be flinched and I can knock it off and then Drain Punch it back. In comes Calyrex after I predict right on the Frostlass. I thought this was pure ice because Glastrier is pure ice, but I forgot this was part psychic and Drain was neutral. So I clicked Drain Punch first as he clicked Glacial Lance, when I should have just clicked Knock Off like 2 times and then Sneak, which would have taken this out. But I sack my Gigglet there because I misplayed. I go into Gigglet, which underspeeds this, so outspeeds in Trick Room, and I kill it with Body Press. In comes Abomasnow. I don't want this to die, so I switch into Rotom Fan, which is useless, as he clicks Aurora Whale. I believe I clicked Light Screen here as he switches into Alolan Ninetales. Trick Room ends, but I can go back into Gigglet because I shouldn't take anything from this because Light Screen is up plus Sand is up. As he clicks Moonblast, as he clicks Nasty Plot, then Moonblast doesn't do a lot of damage as you can see, and I click Rock Blast. I'm doing a good amount even through Whale. For some reason this turn I clicked Body Press. I don't know why. When I should have clicked Rock Blast and Body Press just bounces off. So yeah, now I click Rock Blast to get, or I click Rest I believe. Yeah, I click Rest as he goes Octozolt. And now I click Sleep Talk, and I think I get Body Press as he clicks Hail, which is fine. I don't want this to take chip, so I just go Rotom Fan to sack it off because it's useless as he clicks Bolt Beak, and then another Bolt Beak should take me out, which is what happens. I go Greninja now and click Low Kick just to take this out. U-turn didn't kill, unfortunately, so and I reveal him Scarf. In comes Abomasnow. I decide to give him Gigglet as he clicks Woodhammer because I don't have the Rocks chip on Abomasnow to take it out with Low Kick. Because if he had taken Rocks out, I'd just click Low Kick. As he kills me with Giga Drain, I go into Dracozolt to take this out with Flamethrower. Probably should have clicked Meteor Beam just because it was funny, but I went for the move that doesn't miss. In comes Alolan Ninetales, which resets the weather and kills me instantly because it's faster. And that will be GG because Greninja cannot kill this. Maybe if I crit Night Slash into crit Night Slash, but I don't crit as he sets up Whale, and then I don't crit again, and he takes me out with Moonblast. Pretty fun game, but yeah, this matchup was just really tough for me, and I probably misplayed a bit as well, so yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna pause it here, and I'll be back with the next... I'm back. Next up, I decided to take on the Rock Gym, coached by my good buddy Hacker, who has a team of Nihilego, Terrakion, Mega Aerodactyl, Tyranitar, Rhyperior, and Lycanroc midday form. As you can see, he decided to not pick an Uber Rock Legendary. I don't know if there is one Uber Rock Legendary at all anyway. So he went with the Terrakion plus Nihilego non-Uber Legendary. Anyway, our team for this is Bulk Up Glade with 3 attacks, Close Combat, Drain Punch, Leaf Blade. Pretty good versus his team, he can't do much. The only way he can revenge it is Scarf Arrow. Next up, we have Dracozolt with the Eject Pack with Draco Meteor because Rhyperior is a very good wall to Dracozolt. So we can Draco Meteor on the incoming Rhyperior and then switch out into Greninja or Glade and get our kill. And then once Rhyperior is out of the way, we can Earthquake, Bolt Beak, and Low Kick his entire team, especially in Sand. Next up, we have Rotom Fan with another bad matchup. So we have Chartyberry. This is going to be a lead with Will-O-Wisp. So we can burn whatever, like T-Tar or Arrow and stuff. Reflect to, help take hits better for the team. Volt Switch for momentum, and then Defog for hazards because he does have T-Spikes. Next up, we have Greninja with Expert Belt with Shuriken, Grass Knot, Scald, Spikes. Just Greninja is really good here because Mono Rock. Next we have Sand Slash with Leftovers. pretty bulky. And we have Earthquake, Rock Slide, Sword Stance, Rapid Spin. And finally, we have Gigglet with Smooth Rock to give us 8 turns of sand for Draco's ult and Sand Slash. And we also curse Body Press Restock because that also puts in work. Yeah. So, as is, I start off with Rotom as I was going to be my dedicated lead, as he does lead Nihilego. So I click Volt Switch, just wanted to see what he locks into, but he actually clicks T-Spikes, which is kind of annoying. But I thought this might be defensive because he clicked Toxic Spike, so I actually clicked Curse thinking like this was defensive, but he clicks Grass Knot and does a lot, so I'm like, oh, I've switched back into Rotom. I believe I click Defog here as he clicks Sludge Wave, does a good amount of damage as I click Defog. And get rid of the T-Spikes. I believe I Volt Switched. Yeah, Volt Switch as he sets up T-Spikes again. But I go into Sand Slash here. Sand is up for 3 turns. I decided to just click EQ and take it out. Didn't really want to over-predict that because it looked like it was just Sash, Lead, Nihilego. In comes Aerodactyl, and I believe it just... Oh, I Rock Slide on the arrow, do about half as he clicks Dual Wing Beat. And because we are bulky, we are able to tank pretty easily. I decided to click Spin this turn because I don't want Gigglet and Greninja. Oh, I click Rock Slide again, okay. Trying to kill the arrow, but yeah. Now I switch out into Gigglet, basically sacking it, so to set 8 turns of sand. As he reveals to be Life Orb Terrakion, which means I Gigglet will outspeed. I go into Sand Slash just to spin, as he switches into Aerodactyl, predicting the Earthquake. Now I can click Rock Slide again. And he gives me his Mega Arrow, which is pretty good because now our bulk up Gigglet wins because nothing outspeeds it other than the Lycanroc and Sand. In comes Terrakion and he reveals Quick Attack, which is fine. I can go into Draco's ult, and I actually clicked Draco expecting the Rhyperior to come in, but he just stays in and Quick Attacks. So I go into Gigglet and decide to bulk up, thinking he doesn't have a move for me, as I do click bulk up. And he clicks Aerialist, but doesn't do a lot of damage. But now I can just Drain Punch and get some of it back. And the Terrakion's gone. And there's 1 turn of sand left, but we are +1 defense. In comes Rhyperior, so I click Leaf Blade, which is thrown effective, and take it out. And now in comes T-Tar. So I'm guessing he wanted to set the sand for his Lycanroc, but we're able to Drain Punch and go back to full. In comes the Lycanroc, he clicks the Z, so I'm guessing he didn't have Play Rough, but I think we left the Play Rough at +1 anyway, and just Drain Punch, kill it back. We still had like Greninja and Draco's ult, which lived a hit and killed it back, so yeah. That's our first gym win, and we get the Roxy, which is pretty good for Sand Slash to use like Z Rock Slide or Z Stone Edge. I don't actually know if it gets Stone Edge, but anyway, that's our game versus the Rock Gym, and I'll be back in a bit with our next battle. Alright, next up we are facing the Psychic Gym Leader and Coach Cambat X, who has a really scary team, to be honest. I'm facing a team of Tapu Lele, Mega Medicham, Metagross, Alakazam, Indeedee, and Hoopa Unbound. So another person who went with dual non-Uber Legendaries instead of 1 Uber Legendary. I think they could have had Lugia, or I don't know if regular Mewtwo was allowed or not. I'm pretty sure the Mega wasn't allowed, but I'm not sure if regular was allowed. But they could have gone Lugia or like, is that another Uber Legendary? Can't remember. But anyway, they went with Tapu, Lele, and Hoopa. It's a pretty scary team because expanding Force and Psychic Terrain and their dual setters is just gonna nuke my team. My only resist is Greninja, which, like, you know, 1 wrong prediction and then I, like, super tough. And then Mega Medicham's Zen Headbutt in the terrain is also a pain to switch into. So, yeah, anyway, we have a pretty fun team for this one. I thought my Mega Gigglet was useless because I couldn't click priority moves and, like, his entire team was, like, faster and hit really hard. So I was Calm Mind to live special hits better with Knockoff, Drain Punch, and X Scissor. Didn't expect Gigglet to do much, so I think I was just going to lead with it, and I think I lived most hits, and then just knock off and do like damage, and get rid of items and stuff. Next up we have Choice Band Draco's ult because his team doesn't have a ground type, and this is the exact reason why I picked Draco's ult. because a lot of gyms do not have a ground type or resist. So Draco's ult is just gonna claim with Bolt Beak and Sand, which is all I'm doing here. Choice Band, Bolt Beak. That's the only move I'm gonna click. Next up we have Rotom Fan with the helmet. This is gonna be our Metagross in Medicham checks in kind of a way to get chip. Max HP, max defense. Volt Switch for momentum, Discharge to get paras, Wisp to burn the Medicham or Metagross, and then Air Slash for the Medicham as well. Next up we have Greninja with Choice Specs because it's really good. Dark Pulse is free. U-Turn's pretty decent as well. Just in case if you want to scap for Colbur. And if U-Turn guarantees kills and there might be Colbur, U-Turn's probably easily the better move to click. It's also faster than his entire team. U-Turn will also break the Sash on Zam. Scald just to get the burns on Metagross or Medicham if we need to, and then Toxic Spikes if we can get them. Really risky because I really want to keep this around for Spikes Dark Pulse. Next up we have Sand Slash with the Moringa Berry, which gives us Spadef boost when hit by a special attack. I doubt it's gonna work because Sand Slash's Spadef is so bad, but worth a try, because I do have Leech Life, so if I can get the Spadef boost and then Leech Life health back, this thing could be a nuisance in theory, but Spin to boost speed and get rid of rocks. I think the only hazard they have is rocks, and Sword Stance to Sword Stance. But again, Sand Slash is just there to maybe break sashes and stuff. Next up we have Gigglet with Smooth Rock because they don't have a Draco's ult resist. So if we can set up Sand twice in the game, we should be winning. We're very Spadef to take on Zam, Indeedee, and stuff pretty easily. Stealth Rock, Heavy Slam, Throat Chop, Explosion. Yeah, just to maximize Sand turns, basically. So as I said, I'm just going to lead Gigglet because I think its matchup is really bad here, as he does lead Metagross. Lead Metagross is not going to be Agility Weakness Policy, so I just click Knock as he is Colbur and sets up Rocks, which is fine. I go Rotom Fan here as he clicks Meteor Mash, and we tank that, and he takes a lot of chip. I click Discharge and get the para as he clicks Stealth Rock, expecting Defog. I just spam Discharge. If I get a para on something else, it would be pretty clutch, as he clicks Thunder Punch and is taken out by Rocky Helmet. In comes Indeedee. I just sack it off, waste a jar of Psychic Terrain as he clicks Expanding Force. I go into Greninja and click Specs Dark Pulse. Take it out. In comes Tapu Lele, so I go into Gigglet, which is Spadef, and should eat this easily as it only does 27%. I believe it's Rocks here, or do I click Heavy Slam? No, I just click Heavy Slam on the Lele. I do a good amount of damage to the Medicham, which is cool. I go into Mega Gallade to sack it because it's completely useless here as he clicks Thunder Punch. Not sure why, I guess he thought Greninja was coming in. So I'm able to take out the Medicham with X Scissor, which is nice. He is, the Indeedee is Terrain Extender because that's 8 turns of terrain, so that's good. Zam comes and kills my Gallade. I just sack it off at this point and going to Greninja. I believe I click U-turn here. No, I just click Specs Dark Pulse again. As he goes into Hoopa, and the Sand Chip luckily puts us in range of the next one, so I click Dark Pulse again as he clicks Focus Punch. I really couldn't switch into Gigglet there because I want to set Sand again. In comes Tapu Lele. I just stay in because I want to know if it's Scarf or not. So I go into Gigglet now. And I believe I just explode here. Oh, no, I just click Heavy Slam and take it out. Take out the Lele. In comes Zam. It's going to take me out with Expanding Force. I decided to go Sand Slash to give it the kill because I thought this Leech Life would kill. But sadly, Zam lives on 2. And takes it out with Expanding Force. So, yeah, I just go into Draco's ult plan and get my kill. But I really tried to give my boy Sand Slash a kill. But, yeah, anyway, GG's to the Psychic Gym Leader Pretty scary team. But they didn't have a Draco's ult resist, so wasn't too tough of a matchup. Yeah, so that's our second gym. I believe I took this crystal. But, yeah, anyway, I'm going to pause it here now. And I'll be back with the next one in a bit. I'm back, and this time we're taking on the Dark Gym and Coach Ishan. Ishan has a pretty interesting team of Urshifu, Single Strike, Mega Gyarados, I'm not sure if he has to Mega turn 1, because he obviously Gyarados, regular Gyarados is not Dark type, but I believe he has to Mega turn 1, I don't remember. Protean Greninja, Hydreigon, Mandibuzz, and Tyranitar. Pretty scary team. His name is Darkrai as a bad mod, because I was clowning on him a bit because he didn't pick Darkrai as his ace pick, and instead picked Urshifu and Protean Gren. So I was like, come on, you have to pick Darkrai, you know? But because it's a cooler mon. But yeah, anyway, our team for this is pretty interesting. We have a Mega Glade with Close Combat, Drain Punch, Will-O-Wisp, and Taunt. The idea behind this is we click Wisp on the incoming Mandibuzz, burn it so its Foul Play doesn't do anything to us, and then taunt it whenever it wants to roost, so we can start Drain Punching it and basically 1v1ing the Mandibuzz with Glade, which I thought was pretty cool. Next up we have Scarf Greninja with War Shurikens called Ice Beam and U-Turn. Shuriken is priority is just nice in general, and Scarf, just so we are the fastest thing on the field, barring their own Scarf Grant. Yeah, this is also like a way of checking Mega Gyarados if it's DD'd up and we don't have Sand up, so we can repeatedly U-turn and chip it down. We should outspeed +2 Gyarados to it, think. So that's cool. Next up we have Rotom Fan with the Rocky Helmet. This serves as a check to Urshifu to try and get chip on it, as well as Mega Gyarados as well, I guess. We're running Air Slash, Volt Switch, Pain Split, and Discharge. Discharge for Paras, Pain Split for Recovery, Air Slash for the Urshifu, and Volt Switch for Momentum. Max HP, Max Defense. Just a defensive Rotom as usual. Next up we have Gigglet with Smooth Rock. For 8 turns of Sand for the next 2 members on the team. Body Press because it's a Dark type gym. Stealth Rock because rocks are good. Explosion when we set Sand the second time. And Rock Tomb to keep the Mega Gyarados in check and lower its speed so it doesn't, get too fast. And mostly Spadef to take on the Hydreigon better. Next up we have Dracozolt with Life Orb because I needed to be able to switch moves in this one. Bolt Beak, Dragon Claw, Low Kick, and Thunder Wave. Bolt Beak hits everything except the Hydreigon, for which you have Dragon Claw. Low Kick is just a stronger move versus T-Tar. And then Thunder Wave just to paralyze things if needed. Next up we have Sand Slash with Rocky Helmet. This is also a way, like a defensive yet offensive Sand Slash to kind of pressure the Urshifu as well with Helmet Chip. We're almost max HP and then attack. Sandstorm to manually set Sandstorm if you need to. Rock Slide, Source, Stance, Earthquake. In hindsight, I probably should have been Leech Life because it's a Dark type gym, but yeah, as I said, I built these in like 5 minutes, so mistakes can be made. Anyway, I believe I led off with Rotom Fan as he leads off with Greninja. I clicked Volt Switch here, forgetting that he didn't scout for Scarf Rotom here anyway, but I thought he would scout so he would switch out into Hydra. But I forgot that he could change type with Protean and not be super effective. But he clicks Ice Punch, so revealing physical. I go Scarf Grind and click U-Turn, and then go back into Rotom as he clicks his own U-Turn. So we're able to get him there. And then he goes Urshifu, which is fine, because this is what I would sack to Urshifu. As he clicks Wicked Blow and takes us out. I can now go into Glade, because I live a Scarf Wicked Blow, and I can just click Wisp and burn it. So as he goes Mandy, and I'm able to burn it, and next time I come in, I can click CC pretty freely now, because his main check to Glade is burned. I go Gigglet on the Mandibuzz as he goes into Gyarados. I switch into Dracozolt hard, expecting a DD, but he actually clicks up. Oh, and he actually doesn't Mega Turn 1, so I guess that wasn't a requirement. I click Bolt Beak, and as he clicks Earthquake, but we're able to live because he hasn't DD'd. And now I click Bolt Beak again, take it out, which is good. So one of the biggest threats is gone. In comes Hydra. I click Dragon Claw as he reveals to be Haban and clicks Roost, which is a good play because I would have died to Life Orb anyway. But this gives me Mega Glade, and I can freely click Drain Punch here. He actually goes Mandy, so I didn't actually click CC so I don't get the Spadef drop. And Mandy's going to Roost here, so I click Taunt. as he does try to roost, so I get him there, and I can just start Drain Punching this and being healthy and 1v1ing the Mandibus with Glade. As he does Brave Bird, which still does a good amount of damage. I thought I would do less, so I'm guessing he had some investment. But I'm able to take it out with Drain Punch, and while still being relatively healthy, I go Gigglet now as he goes into Greninja, as he actually pops the Z, which is pretty cool because the other 3 gym leaders hadn't popped it yet, but yeah, he pops the Z, Gigglet tanks, so I'm guessing that was the Dark Pulse, but he does have the low kick and takes us out. But the Sand also kills the Greninja in the process, so it's good, as I can now go into Sand Slash. I do love Overkill Blow, as he reveals to be Scarf, since he's faster than us, insane, but we're able to click Earthquake and do a good amount of damage and put it in Rocky Helmet range. I click Rock Slide here, but the Hydreigon tanks. Thinking he might roost here, I click Swords Dance, but he actually clicks Dark Pulse and takes it out, which is fine, because I can go into Glade and click Drain Punch, and bring us back to full, which is luckily out of her Shifu range. In comes Triantar, but I click CC because I didn't want like any Rock Polish weakness policy, in case it somehow lived a Drain Punch from Mega Glade. So I click CC, take it out even though it was Chople, and then Urshifu comes, clicks Wicked Blow and takes us out, but we are Scarf Gren. But I just click War Shuriken for fun. I don't know why I click Shuriken, but I could have clicked Scald. But yeah, that is our 3rd badge for Dark Z. I did take it because Sand Slash does get like Z knockoff, and like I guess Gren could use it and people would be scared. But yeah, so that's our battle versus the Dark Gym. I'll be back with the next. Alright, I'm back, and this time we're going to be facing on the Electric Gym and coach or leader Noe Metagross, who has a pretty interesting team with Pincurchin, Rotom Mow, Alolan Raichu, Zekrom, Mega Ampharos, and Magnezone. Zekrom's a huge threat because it got access to DD now, plus Terrain. This thing is a monster and kind of destroys my whole team. Alolan Raichu, obviously a huge pain in Terrain with the new moves Rising Voltage, and yeah, like pretty scary team. Although it doesn't have a lot of like, because Electric doesn't have a lot of resistances, this team does struggle with like, resisting like common types. Anyway, our team for this week is Swords Dance, 3 attacks, Mega Glade, Close Combat, Earthquake, and Shadow Sneak. Sneak is just for the Alolan Raichu, at +2 it should kill. Close Combat for everything, basically, and Earthquake as well, because it's super effective in case we don't want the Speed F drop. Enough speed for the Zekrom, Adamant Max Attack, and like, yeah. Next up, Dracozolt with the Habanberry for the Zekrom. And Sandrush Tail, and we Earthquake, Bolt Beak, Facade, and Dragonclaw. Facade in case we get burned. Bolt Beak, which isn't as good because it's mono electric, but it still does a good amount of damage, especially in terrain. Earthquake's pretty strong because mono electric, and Dragonclaw for the Zekrom. Next up, we have Rotom Fan with Light Clay again to set screens. Foul Play for the Zekrom in case it tries to DD on us, thinking he waltz us with like maybe sub DD. Volt Switch to get us out of there. Pretty Spidef to take on like Raichu and Ampharos and Magnezones a little better. Next up we have Greninja, Choice Scarf, faster than +1 Zekrom. This is our way of revenging it. Ice Beam does a lot of damage. Shuriken as well, just in case we need it for the Raichu. Dark Pulse for everything else, and U-Turn for momentum. Next up we have Assault with Sand Slash as our way of switching into Raichu and maybe luring it and taking it out in case he wants to click Surf forces us. Alolan Raichu does outspeed both Dracozolt and Sand Slash in Sand, which is kind of a pain. But anyway, we're Earthquake, Leech Life, Rapid Spin, and Knockoff. Max Attack, but yeah, like it's just AV but still offensive. And then next up we have Gigglet for 8 turns of Sand, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Body Press, and Iron Defense. So yeah, I decided to lead off with Greninja this game, as he does lead off with Air Balloon Pincurchin. So I just decided to click U-Turn and take away its balloon as I go into Sand Slash, expecting an electric move as he clicks Toxic Spikes, which I'm able to Rapid Spin right away. Here I decided to stay in and click Leech Life as he reveals leftovers, thinking he might click Volt Switch, or I might even live a Leaf Storm, but he actually clicks Toxic. So this turn I go into Rotom Fan, expecting the Leaf Storm, as he clicks Pain Split, which is fine. Here I believe I click Light Screen, yeah, as he clicks Toxic, and now I decide to click Volt Switch, as he switches into Ampharos, not really sure why, but I'm able to go into Gigglet on the Ampharos, and I believe I said Rocks here. And he actually clicks Rain Dance, which is pretty cool. And now I didn't really want to take like a Volt Switch from this, so I go back into Sand Slash as he clicks Toxic. So I get him there, and now I double back into Gigglet to reset Sand, as he doubles into Rotom Mow. I believe I clicked Iron Defense here, thinking this was defensive, and I did have screens up. Yeah, as he clicks Thunderbolt, and as you see, that kind of bounces off. So I decided to click Body Press, and it didn't do a lot of damage to this. So I was like, oh, this Rotom's really bulky. So I think I Iron Defensed again here, as he Pain Splits and gets back a lot of health. Yeah, I misplay here and click Iron Defense, and I thought maybe he doesn't have Leaf Storm, but he does reveal it here as I click Body Press this turn. So I take it out, but I do lose Gigglet in the process. I was hoping it would just be weakened and take this out, but yeah, anyway, I go into Dracozolt, I click Dragon Claw there, no reason to not click it. As he goes Mega Ampharos, which going to resist Bolt Beak, but I do get him with the Dragon Claw, and I get him with the second one. In comes Zekrom. I'm not letting this thing DD up for free, so I'm just going to stand and click Dragon Claw. As he reveals to be Haban, eats it pretty easily, and clicks Draco Meteor to do almost take me out. So he is special, but I am Haban, so I live, but he clicks Draco again, which gives me a free Mega Glade here, because he is -4, so I can SD up here. As he goes to Pincursion to set up the terrain, I click Earthquake to take this out. He goes Alone Raichu, and I switched in case he was like a bulky Kasib Berry set, just to scout. And I go into Raichu as he clicks the electric move, and I'm able to click Knockoff as he does click Surf, thinking he will kill, but we are AV, so we are able to kill that thing, and the threat's gone. In comes Zekrom, and I click Earthquake as he reveals Magnet Rise. Not really sure why he clicked that, but I guess his only move is Draco and he didn't want to drop it. But I go Glade, and CC will clean up now, unless he's Scarf Magnezone. But he reveals to be Balloon Magnezone, so we are able to take it out with CC, and then Rotom's weakened, so we can take that out as well. So yeah, GG's to Noe Metagross. Yeah, just Mono Electric's kind of tough because it doesn't have a lot of resist, so yeah, but pretty fun game. Pretty standard prep. AV Sand Slash worked out pretty well. So yeah, I'll be back with our next one in a bit. Alright, I'm back, and this time we're taking on the normal gym in Gym Leader It's Whatever, with a team of Mega Kangaskhan, Dubwool, Obstagoon, Smeargle, Ditto, and Staraptor. Again, Normal's Normal's one of the worst monotypes to get, so as again, he doesn't have a lot of resist, and we do have Mega Glade. But Dubwool can be a pain, because I don't have a fighting resist on my team, and Dubwool with like Rest Talk, Cotton Guard, Body Press kind of destroys me if I do let it set up. And obviously Smeargle support and like Ditto and stuff. So I built a really fun team for this, and I'm really excited to show it off. Starting off, we have Gigglet with the Helmet, Rest Talk, Body Press, Iron Defense, because he's a normal type with no resist. Ditto can copy this, but we do have a bunch of tech for Ditto in the back. Yeah, just does really well. It's our switch into Kangaskhan to make it take Rocky Helmet Chip. Next up, we have Choice Band Dracozolt. Again, I don't need any move, and like other move, because he doesn't have a resist. And by doing this, basically, I'm saying I'm Ditto-proofing myself, because he cannot Bolt Beak me as long as I keep Sand Slash alive. And also because Bolt Beak will do less to me than I will do to him, because I have more HP. Ditto only has 48 HP. Although he will move first, so I will have 85 base power while he has 170. So I don't know how that would work out. But basically, by just being Bolt Beak, my Sand Slash should always hold Ditto, copying my Dracozolt. Next up, we have Sand Slash with Heavy Duty Boots, Knockoff, Rapid Spin, Earthquake Spikes. So my Sand Slash cannot touch my Rotom Fan, so if Ditto copies this, I can go into Rotom Fan. Spikes is just good support. Spin to get rid of webs and stuff. Boot so I don't take the webs drop, like speed drop or like toxic spikes or whatever. And knockoff is just good to get rid of items. Next up we have Rotom Fan with Helmet as well, just to chip the Staraptor. This is the main Staraptor switch. Volt Switch for momentum, Pain Split for healing. Electric Terrain, even though we don't get any benefit of it, I mean Dracozolt kind of does, but Electric Terrain prevents the double from resting, so that's one way of stopping rest talk double. And Thunderbolt is just because it's free and there's no ground type. We were trying to creep like 0 speed double, I believe, with the spread, and mostly defensive. Next up we have Mega Gigglet with a pretty interesting set as well. We have Psych Up. So if double sets up Cotton Guards, we Psych Up and copy that boost, so double's not going to do anything to us. Laser Focus so that our next move is guaranteed crit, so we will crit through the +4 double. Drain Punch, which will heal everything back, and Bulk Up to raise our own attack if we need to. Yeah, pretty interesting set. We are outspeeding Staraptor with this. And next up we have Greninja with Heavy Duty Boots, so we are not affected by Sticky Web Smeargle if it comes. Haze, just in case double gets out of hand, or the Gigglet or the Ditto copies my Gigglet. So in which case I can just haze the Ditto, and because I will be faster even if he copies Gigglet, because Gigglet is so slow. Shuriken, just for good priority chip on like Staraptor and stuff. Scald for Scald Burns, and U-turn for momentum. So yeah, let's jump into the match. I believe I led Rotom Fan as usual. As he leads Smeargle, so I go into Gigglet, which has Sleep Talk, so I don't really care about taking the sleep. Which is as he does click Sleep, and I do break its Sash with Sandstorm. I click Rest Talk, and I do get Iron Defense, so I do get a little lucky there. As he goes into Kangaskhan, not sure why, because this is my switch in, so he clicks Power Up Punch, which does like no damage, and he takes 32%. He could have Earthquake, obviously, but yeah. I click Body Press. Oh, also, this Mega Kang is allowed Seismic Toss, because it's a Zuber. But I get Body Press and I kill the Kangaskhan, so I do get lucky with the Sleep Talk rolls. In comes Obstagoon and switches me the Flame Orb, but I'm still able to Body Press and take it out. And now in comes the Smeargle, and I click Body Press again as he clicks Shell Smash, which is pretty cool. But I'm able to take it out too because of the defense drop. In comes Double, and I instantly switch to Glade. As he clicks Counter, which is like, okay. I click Bulk Up here, as he clicks Thunder Waves and misses. I didn't think it would matter, but I click Drain Punch, and as you can see, it does no damage to the Double, as he is physically defensive with Helmet. And clicks T-Wave, and now start spamming Body Slam. I do get paired, I think a couple of times, or one time. Just one. I click Drain Punch and get it all back, which is good. In comes Raptor, and just Brave Bird kills me, which is fine. I just sack off Glade at this point, because I don't need it. And I go into Rotom and click Volt Switch, as Ditto copies me, and yeah, and as this Rotom Fan cannot touch my Dracozolt, so I go into Dracozolt and click Bolt Beak, which is fine. And in comes Ditto. I can just go into Sand Slash and wall this indefinitely because I only have Bolt Beak. So yeah, I go into Sand Slash and give it the kill. And yeah, that will be it. We get the normal Z, and I think we're now 5-1 up, or 4-1. So yeah, GG's to it. Pretty fun game. I think I had some pretty creative prep here, so I was pretty proud of that. Like, I had a lot of fun building this team because it was pretty fun. So yeah, I'm gonna pause it right here, and I'll be back with the next one in a... Alright, I'm back, and this time we're gonna be taking on the Dragon Gym in Gym Leader OG Albina. It was a pretty scary team. This is another one where our matchup was pretty rough. But anyway, he has a team of Dialga, Garchomp, Noivern, Hydreigon, Mega Altaria, and Como. So pretty scary. And again, we don't have a Fairy on this team, so we don't have a Dragon Resist. Yeah. And Dragozolt's not that good because he does have a Dragon immunity and a Bolt Beak immunity, and Bolt Beak's obviously resisted. So, yeah, anyway, our team for this is Bulk Up Glade with 3 attacks, Triple Axle, Close Combat, Psycho Cut. Pretty straightforward. Only thing that outspeed us is Noivern, so if you can get rid of that, this thing goes in. Next up we have Dragon's with the Habanberry, Sand Rush as well, Bolt Beak, Dragon Claw, Iron Tail, and Low Kick. Bolt Beak is just because it hits the Noivern and stuff pretty hard still. Dragon Claw hits like everything. Iron Tail for the Altaria and Low Kick for the Dialga. Next up we have Rotom Fan with Boots, Foul Play, Air Slash, World Switch Wisp. This is a way of dealing with Garchomp, Foul Play, so in case it SDs we can take damage it. Wisp to burn the Altaria, which might try to set up on us. Air Slash for the Komao and Volt Switch to get us out of there. Mostly physically defensive. Next up we have Choice Scarf Greninja, which outspeeds +1 Garchomp from Scale Shot. Ice Beam, U-Turn, Toxic Spikes, and Dark Pulse. Not sure why I brought Toxic Spikes. 4 of the mons are immune, but I guess I didn't have another better move here anyway. Maybe Low Kick for Dialga would have been good, but whatever. Yeah, enough speed for Garchomp, modest, and then, yeah. Next up we have Sand Slash with Life Orb, Sword Stance, Earthquake, Leech Life, Rock Tomb. Pretty solid here in Sand, probably better than Dracozolt in my opinion. And next up we have Gigglet with Smooth Rock to set up 8 turns of Sand, Cursed, Body Press, Stealth Rock, Iron Head. Yeah, pretty standard set. I think I'll let off with Glade as usual. Yeah, as he does lead off with the Komao, and I just clicked Bulk Up on the Komao because lead was, I was like, rocks. I decided to click Triple Axle here, thinking he might go Noivern on the Psycho Cut, or like the Zen Headbutt, and live and then Hurricane, but he just stays in and he is Helmet, so we take a lot of damage. And I kind of wish I just clicked Psycho Cut in hindsight, because then I think I would be out of range of this Noivern, which comes in, and I go into Gigglet, which is pretty speed-up to take this on, as he clicks Hurricane and misses, so maybe I should have stayed in. I think I click Rocks here, as he switches into Chomp, pretty free switch for him. I go into Rotom Fan, and I do dodge a Stone Edge here, which is big, but I think I'll live too. I clicked Wisp here, as he goes into Hydra, so good play by him. I sack off Glade here, I don't know why. Thought Glade was still pretty good in the matchup, but yeah, I just decided to sack it off here, which is fine, I guess. And now I go into Dracozolt because Sand is still up for 3 turns, and Dragon Claw will get me a kill here. He goes into Noivern to sack it off, which I guess is fine because Glade's gone, so he doesn't need this anymore. I just Dragon Claw twice and take it out. But as you can see, Dragon Claw is super effective and it still didn't kill, which is like, Dragozolt's broken because of Bolt Beak, and if you can't click it, it's not as good. He clicks DD here, as I go for Wisp and I do get crit. I believe that mattered, but it's fine. I go into Gigglet to click Iron Head, but he does have Earthquake, so he takes us out. I go into Sand Slash now just as a last hope, but he is faster. But I do click Earthquake and I'm Life Orb, so I do a good amount of damage and I can roost this off. So he decides to click Body Slam and gets the para, but we're able to take it out. The para kind of hurts because we could have gone off another hit on something. But he goes into Garchomp here, clicks Earthquake, takes us out. As I go Greninja to click Ice Beam, as he goes Hydra, sacks it off, which is fine. And he goes into Dialga here. Obviously this is not super effective, but I didn't know what Dialga did. I thought he was going to click Draco Meteor, and then I could go into Dracozolt and maybe have 2 shots at, killing. But he's like super speed up, and he has Body Press, and I didn't know this thing got Body Press. So in hindsight, kind of a joke. Or actually, I don't know if he was Garchomp. If he was Garchomp, no. Anyway, like, I needed to kill Dracozolt with this and then keep Greninja for Garchomp, basically. I don't know if I could have done it. But, yeah, I go here and click Low Kick as he clicks Body Press. So maybe if I kept Dracozolt around and took this out with Dracozolt, then I could have won with Greninja killing this. But he clicks Earthquake and takes us out. It's a pretty fun game. I think I choked a little at the end game there, but yeah, like, this was a really scary team and well played by OG. So that's unfortunately our second loss, but yeah, still a pretty fun one. So yeah, I'll be back with the next one in a. Alright, we're back, and this time we're taking on the Fairy Gym and leader Jesse 504. It was a pretty interesting team. Azumarill, Clefable, Grimmsnarl, Mega Gardevoir, Togekiss, and Magearna. Obviously, Magearna is broken and got some new toys this gen, so definitely going to be scary. When I was the Fairy Gym leader, I believe I had a pretty similar team. I definitely had Mega Guard, Magearna, and Clefable, but I believe I went with Primarina as my War Fairy over Azumarill. I had Comfey because Gen 7 Comfey was broken. And what was my last mon? Oh, I had Mimikyu on the team when Mimikyu was good because Disguise was the good ability. So, because Mimikyu gave me like a way of revenging stuff because I had that extra hit option. So, yeah, anyway, starting off, we have a Taunt, Mega Glade to stop like Magearna from setting up. Poison Jab, Brick Break, and Bulk Up. Brick Break to break screens from Grimmsnarl, Poison Jab for the Fairy. Just super effective on everything except the Magearna. And Bulk Up to like just boost it. Shouldn't do a lot here because it's Mono Fairy versus a Mega Glade. I thought about. I don't know if this gets Throat Chop. Does this get Throat Chop? If it does, why didn't I run it? But does it get Throat Chop? It does get Throat Chop. Maybe I couldn't fit it, but next up we have Choice Band, Dracozolt. The thing about this Dracozolt in this matchup is I don't even need Sand to like Oko, just because Fairy is mostly like a slow Pokemon. And the other problem with Fairy is they have no physical bulk. There's no good physically bulky Fairy. So yeah, Dracozolt's kind of just gonna put in the work here. Next up we have Lagging Tail, Trick, Rotom. This is a way of beating Magearna as well, in case Magearna thinks it can set up on us. Defog to get rid of the screens, Volt Switch, Discharge for pairs, Volt Switch to get us out of there. Pretty good versus the Togekiss too. Next up we have Greninja with Focus Sash, Haze, so we can get rid of the Magearna's boosts if it's like some Iron Defense Combine Draining Kiss set. Gunk Shot, because you know, Poison versus Fairy super effective. Toxic Spikes, which are really good here and chip his team down. And Power Up Punch to boost our attack so we can Gunk Shot kill everything. Next up we have Sand Slash with Life Orb. Again, Sand Slash really good because Fairy is pretty weak physically defensively. So Earthquake, Poison Jab, Swords Dance, Brick Break. Self-explanatory. And then next up we have Gigglet with the Assault Vest. Super Spadef, but also has some attack, so we do a lot of damage with Heavy Slam, Iron Head, Earthquake, Explosion. Yeah, this is like really good here and hard for him to break, just because Gigglet with Sand and AV and the Spadef boost is just really impossible to break. Yeah, as I said, as we start off, I lead with Gigglet. As he does lead Magearna, I just click Earthquake. Obviously, lead Magearna could be scary, but I do have my Focus Sash intact on Greninja, so I can haze if I need to. But he goes Togekiss on the Earthquake, which is good, and then he tries to flinch me down with Air Slash. So I was like, that's really not viable, because Gigglet is not going to take anything. So I break free and Heavy Slam it for 55, as he clicks Air Slash on my Rotom now. I believe I click Volt Switch here. Yeah, as he goes into Clefable, and I'm able to go into Dracozolt. And click Bolt Beak. I believe I leave a Moonblast from Clefable too from full. So I click Bolt Beak and it gives me Togekiss. In comes Grimmsnarl, so I switch into Rotom. As he clicks Bulk Up, I decide to just trick him my Lagging Tail as he clicks Bulk Up again. So he will move last when he wants to attack outside of Sleep Talk. And now I can safely click Discharge this time and get the Para. And now I believe I click Volt Switch as he clicks Rest. And I can go into Greninja, which doesn't care about Sleep Talk, Spirit Beak, because I'm immune. Dark types I'm immune to Prankster, and I can click Haze and get rid of its boost. And he gets the Spirit Beak, but it doesn't work because so I'm able to get up my Toxic Spikes. And then I go back into Gigglet, expecting the Spirit Beak as he does click it, and it does a good amount of damage. Spirit Break, sorry. I've been calling it Spirit Beak, but Spirit Break. And now I click Heavy Slam as he does bulk up and live. I believe... Oh, I switched into Sand Slash this turn because I wanted to keep health on Gigglet as he does rest up again. I believe I Sword Stance here as he rolls rest on the Sleep Talk. And now I can click Poison Jab as he does roll rest again. So unfortunate for him as we're able to jab and take it out. So Sand Slash able to put in some work. In comes Azumarill. I switch into Rotom Fan just because I don't know what this is going to do as he clicks Liquidation and that reveals to be Banded. So I click Volt Switch again here as he goes into Magearna. And I can go into Gigglet and click Earthquake. And do a lot of good amount of damage as he clicks Thunderbolt and does no damage because of Forest, AV, and Sand. He clicks Ice Beam this time, also doesn't do anything, so we're able to click Earthquake and take out the Magearna, which is the biggest threat to our team. In comes Guard, which is not really a huge threat this game because Glade and Dracozolt both kill it. But I decided to just sack off Rotom Fan in case I need Sand for Sand Slash later. But I go Dracozolt now and just click Bolt Beak 3 times and I win because it's a defensive Clef and I'm faster than Azumarill and resist Aqua Jet. So in comes Clefable, dies to Banded Bolt Beak. In comes Azumarill and dies to Banded Bolt Beak. So yeah, GG's to Jesse 5-4. Really tough matchup for him just because Dracozolt kind of 6-0s his team. But yeah, still got to use some fun prep again with Sash, his Gren, Trick Lagging Tail, Rotom Fan, just so we don't lose to Magearna and like AV Gigglet. So everything got to put in work as well. So yeah, we're 6-2 now. So almost there, almost at our 8 badges, but we do still have 10 battles to go. So I will be back in a bit. Alright, I'm back, and this time we're taking on the Ground Gym and leader Endless Gadget, who has a pretty interesting team of Mega Camel, Excadrill, Garchomp, Groudon, regular Groudon, not Primal, Hippowdon, and Seismitoad. Even though we have a Greninja, this matchup is actually kind of rough because Rock Polish Groudon kind of 6-0s us on the spot. We don't have Mega Camel switching on our team because my 5 resist is Greninja. And Excadrill also kind of scary, Garchomp always scary. So yeah, I do have a pretty interesting build for this as well. Starting on, we have Greninja with Expert Belt, War Shuriken, Grass Knot, Surf, and Ice Beam, and Max Pressure Attack Modest, enough speed for the Garchomp. Just pretty well versus his team. It is my main way of winning, just because my main offensive weapon of Dracozolt is completely useless this game. Next up, we have Rotom Fan with Boots. This is like our Drill and Garchomp check. Foul Play to do a lot of damage to them. Toxic Hex was a way of dealing with Mega Camel. If we can Toxic it on the switch, and then Hex would do a good amount of damage on switch-ins. And Pain Split for recovery, especially on the Hippo. Next up, we have Mega Glade with Bulk Up 3 attacks as well. Enough speed for the Garchomp, Leaf Blade for the Hippowdon and Seismitoad, Drain Punch for the Drill, and Recovery, and Triple Axle for the Garchomp. Probably won't click it until I know that Hippowdon's not Helmet, because I don't want to take 48%. Next up, we have Sand Slash with Leftovers. Spikes, Rapid Spin, Earthquake, Sword Stance, Rapid Spin in case of rock. I only have rocks, but I guess I don't want rocks up on my side, and plus the speed boost is nice. Earthquake's pretty decent damage. It's not going to do a lot of damage to Hippowdon, it probably has Whirlwind, so, but it's any chip is good chip. Like if you can Earthquake it and keep it low, that's good for Glade. SD just to boost our attack, and Spikes is pretty good versus like mono ground team. Next up, we have Dracozolt with the Air Balloon and Special. Dracozolt cannot click Bolt Beak because, you know, Bolt Beak does a grand total of 0 to all his mons. So we're running Earth Power, Dragon Pulse, Dragon Tail, and Taunt with the Air Balloon so we don't lose to Rock Polish Groudon on the spot. Max Pressure Attack, Modest. Dracozolt's not going to do a lot of work. It's not going to come out until the Groudon has come out and just deal with that. And next up, we have Gigglet with Leftovers because we don't need Sand here because Sand's bad. Explosion, Iron Defense, Body Press, Earthquake. hopefully it can put in work, but again, yeah, my Sankor is not really good here. Anyways, I decided to lead off with Gigglet for like the 100th time. He leads with Toad, and I click Bulk Up as he clicks Call. I expected Rocks, but luckily I don't get burnt, and I'm able to click Leaf Blade and take it out. I don't think the crit mattered because it probably did like 300% anyway. In comes Hippowdon. This is probably Helmet and Wolverine, so I just click Leaf Blade and hope it, like, if I get a crit I would have done like 90%, but he's able to Wolverine me into Rotom. So I can actually click Toxic here, expecting the Slack Off, which is what he does. And I click Hex here to keep it low, but he actually makes the good play and goes into Camel, which eats. And yeah, I click Toxic this turn, expecting like Rocks or, you know, Earth Power maybe, but he clicks Yawn, so I go into Sandslash this turn as he clicks Earth Power and I stack him onto Camel. Also, Shiny Mega Camel looks so sick, which is pretty fire. I go into Greninja now and click Surf because the Seismitoad is gone, so they give me a kill. In comes Groudon, and I was like, okay, this is either Weakness Policy, Rock Polish, and Eevee to live like a Grass Knot from me, or this is Rindo and he's gonna Rock Polish and kill me anyway because he's gonna set the sun. So I go into Gigglet hard as he does click Rock Polish. I decide to explode here. I do level Precipice Blades, and I do like he's Earthquake, so I do live it and click Explosion and take it out. I go into Draco's Ult now, as he's forced to click Stone Edge, and I click Dragon Pulse, but unfortunately it doesn't kill and only does 39. So he was bulky, and then he takes me out with Earthquake, but Draco's Ult was not important here. But I can go Greninja, pick this off with Shuriken. Still not over though, because Excadrill is looking like a threat. In comes Hippo, I just kill it with Surf. But he does set Sand for Drill, and I need to stall these 4 turns of Sand. He is Balloon, which doesn't matter, but I do need to weaken this so that Shuriken picks it off. I go into Rotom as he does click Earthquake, and now he clicks Rock Slide. I don't get flinched, luckily, and I click Foul Play to bring this in range of Shuriken. He clicks Rock Slide again and takes this out. I go Greninja and click Shuriken and hope for 3 hits. And luckily get it, so the Drill cannot take us out with the Earthquake. In comes Garchomp, I click Ice Beam, and luckily I'm faster and he's not Yachi, so we're able to take it out as well. Yeah, this was definitely a close one, pretty good game. If he was like Scarf Garchomp, or I got 2 hits, he could have definitely won the game as well. So yeah, this was really tricky, even though I did have a Greninja, but it did end up putting the work. So yeah, pretty fun game. Really enjoyed this one as well. So good game to Endless. He played really well with what he had. And seeing Mega Camel put in work is always fun. So yeah, we're now 7-2. Also getting the Ground Gym. I really wanted this Z Crystal because Sandslash can finally use the Earthquake now. So yeah, didn't want to lose this, and I was like, spend a little bit of time on this build because I didn't know how to deal with Rock Polish, Weakness Policy, Groudon, which just 6-0'd me on the spot. So yeah, you know, that was fun. So yeah, now I'll be back with our next battle in a bit. Alright, we're back, and this time we're taking on the Flying Gym and Coach Matt. So Draco's Ult was feeling really bad because last gym it did nothing. So we decided to, you know, go from a really bad Draco's Ult matchup, probably the worst one it had so far, into the best Draco's Ult matchup, which is against Flying type. So, you know, this is Flying, so Boltbeak is just gonna, you know, claim a life other than the Gliscor. But the problem is Gliscor is probably the best check to Draco's Ult there is. So we do have to be creative with prep, so I do have some more creative prep again. Starting off, we have a Triple Axle, Will-O-Wisp, Thunder Punch, Bulk Up, Mega Gallade. Enough speed for Rayquaza, which is 317. The Wisp is for the Mandibus, so it's the same strat as last time. Next up, we have Draco's Ult with the Eject Pack and Draco Meteor. This is again to Draco Meteor on the Gliscor, and get the free switch into Gallade or Greninja on the Gliscor without it healing up. Otherwise, Boltbeak, Outrage, and Dragon Tail. Like, Boltbeak destroys the other 5 Pokemon, so it's just the Gliscor, for which we click Draco Meteor the first time on the switch, and then get a free switch into Gallade or Greninja. For once, Rotom has an amazing offensive matchup because it's mono flying. So we're running Nasty Plot, Discharge, Hex, and Pain Split with leftovers because this is just gonna go in. We still mostly split F, so we take on the Pidgeot and like Cramorant pretty well. Yeah, Nasty Blood, Discharge, Hex, Pain Split. Discharge to get the powers and boost up Hex. Hex also powers up versus the Gliscor, which will be Toxic Orb. Pain Split for recovery, and then Nasty Plot just to boost our attack, and they can't do anything to stop this. Next up we have Greninja with Choice Scarf, which is faster than +1 Rayquaza. Scarf Ice Beam is also pretty good here. The only resist is Corviknight and Cramorant, which aren't the best. U-Turn for Momentum, Surf, and then Blizzard for the Mega Pidgeot. Next up we have Sandslash rocking the Kim Z, this time with Swords Dance, Stone Edge, Rapid Spin, and Knockoff with Sand Rush. Pretty basic set, also goes in, no rock resist on the team. And next up we have Gigglet with leftovers. We have Iron Defense, Body Press, Gravity, and Stealth Rock, just to give us like some counterplay and make everything weak to Body Press. So yeah, let's go into the match. I was gonna lead off with Rotom Fan because there's nothing you can do to stop this. He leaves Cramorant. I just clicked Discharge, didn't want to mess with this thing, and I am faster, so I take it out. In comes Corviknight. Wasn't really sure why, so I just clicked Nasty Block because this can't do anything to me. So I thought maybe this is like agility weakness policy and can live with Discharge, and then wants to power trip me to death. So I just clicked Nasty Block first, just to scout as he clicks U-turn. So I was like, okay, and he goes into Gliscor. I click Hex for this reason, as he goes into Mandibuzz, which is not a switch in. Like he has to basically PP stall me and get every turn right if he wants to win this versus Rotom. So I click Discharge as he goes Corviknight, and then I'm able to pick it off with Hex. So this is looking like really good for me. In comes Gliscor, and he actually clicks Ice Fang and gets a freeze. And that's the only way Rotom could be stopped. And yeah, I don't thought I tried this turn, but I don't. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna switch into Greninja, which is also kind of a bad play for my part because if he froze me, then I kind of lost, and I didn't have Scald. But I click Ice Beam, I get a crit. I don't think it matters because I think it 2-hit KO'd anyway. So Mandibuzz is gone. In comes Pidgeot. This does live in Ice Beam, so I switch into Gigglet on the Hurricane. And now I switch into Dracozolt, expecting the Toxic. Or U-turn, as he does click Toxic. So I'm able to get in my Dracozolt, and I click Draco and miss here, which is kind of unfortunate because again, I would have been able to get positioning. But I'm able to click it next turn since Sand is up, so I'm faster, and I'm able to switch into Greninja as he roosts up the Gliscor. But I can start clicking Ice Beam here now because he doesn't have a switch. He goes into Pidgeot, which is not a switch. As I reveal my Scarf. Well, I don't reveal Scarf because I'm naturally faster. In comes Gliscor, I click Ice Beam again, kill it. In comes Rayquaza. I do live in extreme speed from this range, so I take it out with Ice Beam. Basically, I stopped the DD, so I still had chances with Glade and like Dracozolt as well to beat this. So yeah, this is our first 6-0 of the gym challenge run. This is just a pretty free matchup, even if I say so. Nothing Mac could do about it here, other than maybe freeze both Greninja and Rotom, or get a crit on the extreme speed if he was like Life Orb or something. But yeah, pretty easy, like pretty good matchup, and we're able to get the dub. Rotom Fan finally able to put in some offensive work. So far, it's been used in a defensive capability, but yeah, offensive Rotom finally able to do its thing. And now we do have 8 badges, I believe. We're 8-2, so we have qualified for the tournament. But I did want to play all 18 gym leaders for the video, so I did end up playing them. So we still have a couple of games to go. So hang in tight, and I will be back with the next one in a bit. Alright, I'm back, and this time we're taking on the Bug Gym and leader Bandit Caterpie. It was a pretty interesting team for Araquanid, Scizor. I believe that's Mega Scizor, my bad. Buzzwole, Genesect, Ribombee, and Volcarona. Just because Bug is a pretty bad monotyping, they were allowed an Uber Legendary and a non-Uber Legendary. That's why there's a Genesect and a Buzzwole. Pretty scary team though. Volcarona can obviously get scary if it gets out of hand. Genesect is pretty scary. Double webs can always be threatening if I don't get the spin off or defog off. But on the other hand, Dracozolt again has no resist. Like Buzzwole's probably the best resist, and even that is to it KO'd. So, you know, as I said, Dracozolt is just gonna claim a lot of lives in this tournament because of its move. Anyway, for this matchup, I'm Fire Punch, Mega Gallade, again, Elite Mega Gallade set. Enough speed for the Volcarona. I believe I level +1 like fire move from Volcarona with this investment. Fire Punch, Magic Coat in case of the Ribombi, so if we can Magic Coat the webs back, that would be pretty cool. Rock Tomb to lower the speed of the Bugmons, and then Aerial Ace to hit the Buzzwole pretty hard. I think Aerial Ace hit harder than Psycho Cut, if I'm not wrong. Because Aerial Ace is what, 240 base power, and Psycho Cut is 210. Yeah, so Aerial Ace is stronger for sure, which is good. Next up, we have Dracozolt Choice Band, but we are running more moves this time. We are running Bolt Beak, Dragon Claw, Fire Fang, and Aerial Ace. Fire Fang for the Scizor and Genesect, just in case it was like Curse, Mega Scizor or something, and we needed the extra power. Aerial Ace for the Buzzwole. Not sure what the Dragon Claw was for, but it's there. Next up we have Rotom Fan with the helmet, so this is like our Scizor check, and Buzzwole check with Air Slash, Defog, Wisp, and Discharge. Again, Discharge for Paras is nice, Air Slash for the Buzzwole, Wisp for the Scizor, and Defog for the webs. Next up we have Greninja with Heavy Duty Boots, so we don't really care about webs, even in case we are not able to get rid of them. Rock Slide, Taunt, Aerial Ace, U-Turn, again, Physical Grand, faster than Volcarona. Taunt to stop the... Not sure why I have Taunt there, but I guess I didn't need another move. Next up, Sand Slash with Rocky MZ, Rapid Spin, Knockoff, Earthquake, Stone Edge. We are running the Z again, which is cool on Sand Slash. Just offensive Sand Slash, pretty good here. Actually, not that good here because Buzzwole's there, but you know, Roxy is a pretty free move to click. Next up, we have Gigglet with the Salt West to take on the Volcarona, with Rock Blast in case of Chardy or Sub, Body Press for like the Scizor and Genesect, Stone Edge as well, just stronger rock move, and Explosion because you know going boom is nice. Anyway, as I said, I was gonna lead Glade here as they do lead Genesect because I'm super bulky. I will live a hit from this, so I just stay in. As you can see, +1 attack doesn't do anything as I'm able to click Fire Punch. Actually, let me go back. Basically, my idea behind this was if he's banded, obviously he'll kill me, but Fire Punch will take him out. And if he is Scarf, he doesn't kill me, and he's probably clicking U-turn, and I get a free Fire Punch on anything that wants to come in. So, as you can see, U-turn does only 60 even with the +1 boost, so I'm able to click Fire Punch. Here I thought Ribombi would click Web, so I click Magic Coat, but he clicks Moonblast and takes me out, which is fine. I go into Gigglet here, set the sand, and then go into Sand Slash immediately as he does set up the webs. I want to spin, but when it comes to Raquinid, I just decided to click Roxy here and burn its Chardy if it was, but he is not Chardy, so I'm able to take it out right away. In comes Buzzwole, and I decide to spin the webs away and let him take the Ice Punch. Bulk Up could have been scary, but Rotom Fan does live 1. So I wasn't too worried. He takes me out with the Ice Punch and gets the attack boost, but Rotom Fan should still live 1, so I go into it to Air Slash. I am faster, so I take it out. So Buzzwole's gone. In comes Scizor, not sure why, because Rotom would be my switch, so I just Wisp it. I thought he would have gone Volcarona and Quiver Dance up on this thing, but yeah. And now I click Air Slash. Oh, I guess he didn't know if I was Scarf. But even then, if he was bulky Volcarona, I think he would have gone into it there. But anyway, he decides to knock off, and then I believe he clicks U-turn after my Air Slash and goes into Volcarona. Because now he can Quiver Dance up if he wants. So I go into Gigglet, which is my dedicated switch to this, and Fairy Dance only does 8%, so it doesn't Quiver Dance. I click Rock Blast here and do get 5 hits. Luckily, so that takes out the Scizor, but even if I didn't kill it, I just go back into Rotom Fan on the Scizor. In comes Genesect, and I just decide to boom here and give my Dracozolt 2 turns of sand. I do crit him, but this actually doesn't matter because Bolt Peak will kill this, and I'm faster than Scarf Genesect. And in comes Volcarona, and I decide to Bolt Peak this as well, and he drops. Does get the burn, but it's a little too late, so we're able to pick up the win. Again, pretty fun game. Like, Bankarpi did play pretty well. Not much, again, he could have done for Bandit Dracozolt, just because his team doesn't have a resist. But yeah, pretty fun one. And we're now 9-2. I believe I claimed the Bugsy because Sandslash gets the Leech Life. I don't remember. But yeah. Anyway, I'll be back with the next one in a bit. Alright, I'm back, and this time we're taking on the Ghost Gym and leader, it's Jiggy. The Ghost Gym is really, really scary, and it's probably the top 2 scariest teams in the Gym Leader Challenge, along with Ice. Just because they have a broken Mershadow, and Mershadow calcs are crazy. Like, this mon just kills everything. Anyway, the Ghost Gym consists of Mershadow, Aegislash, Mega Sableye, Gengar, Jellicent, and Gourgeist. Very solid team. I think Ghost does require the Mega Sableye with its utility, with Prankster, as well as like the when it Megas, the defense boost it gets. This is a pretty scary team because Mershadow is just broken, and I was really scared of like facing this team, but I did have to. So for this week, my Mega Gallade is completely walled by Sableye. I cannot do anything at all, just because a Mega Sableye exists. So my Mega Gallade is useless this game unless the Sableye dies. So we are a pretty fun set, which is max HP, almost max HP, and knockoff Sneak, which hits the other mons pretty well, and Adamant. And then we Teleport, because we know the Sableye is going to come in, so we can teleport into Greninja. And Wish. So Wish Teleport. That's, we're using a Heal Cleric Gallade, just because Gallade's matchup is so bad. And like everything on his team has Sneak too. Sneak a Mershadow, Sneak Aegislash, Sneak, Sneak Gourgeist, and Jellicent obviously can tank a hit from Gallade as well. So yeah, Gallade's matchup is awful, so not much I can do here. But Dracozolt's matchup is crazy with Choice Band Bolt Beak. I'm running Rest Sleep Talk just because in case I don't kill one of them, like the Will-O-Wisp, because he does have a lot of Will-O-Wisp. If I do have to take a Wisp, I'm fine taking that, just because I can rest up and then click Sleep Talk and hope for Bolt Beak rolls, or just burn the Sleep Talk turns and then click Bolt Beak again once I'm awake. So just for that reason, I'm running Rest Sleep Talk. I don't need any other move other than Bolt Beak again. The only resist is Gourgeist Large, and it still takes like 40%, 45%, so, next up, Rotom Fan with the helmet. This is our Mershadow switch-in. Air Slash, Hex, Pain Split, Discharge. Again, Discharge to spread powers, and then Hex powers it up. Air Slash for the Mershadow, and then Hex also hits it. Next up, Greninja, Choice Specs. He doesn't have a resist because it's Mono Ghost. This is what we will teleport into if we click teleport with Mega Gallade. Dark Pulse is just really, really, really free. U-turn War Shuriken Extra Sensory. Shuriken just for the Mershadow because we do resist Sneak, so we should be able to get off a kill. Get off a hit, and if it's in range, Shuriken will pick it off. U-turn for Momentum, and then Extra Sensory for the Mershadow in case of Curse Body, because he does have a couple of Curse Body mons. Next up, Sandslash with Toxic Orb. This is to fling and try and catch the Mega Gallade with the Toxic, if he can. Just in case, because again, Sandslash cannot do anything while there's a Sableye on the field. So it's just knockoff, fling, Earthquake, and Spikes. Again, I don't think Sandslash's matchup is pretty good this game. And next up we have Gigglet with the Smooth Rock for 8 turns of sand. For the Dracozolt, we are Curse, Rest, Throat Chop, Sleep Talk. Throat Chop again is neutral coverage, it's least versus all. So yeah, we started the game. I decided to just lead off with Greninja. as he frisked my specs, but I just clicked U-turn because he was Gourgeist large or super, whatever. So he couldn't be faster than me even if he was Scarf. So I U-turn as he goes Jellicent, and I'm able to just go into Draco's ult. I click Voltbeak and get my kill. In comes Sableye. I don't want to get burned, so I go into Greninja as he clicks Wisp. And here I can click Dark Pulse, which only does 50%, and Sableye knocks off my specs, which is kind of unfortunate. So I click U-turn and I crit. Doesn't matter because he's gonna recover. But I'm able to get in my Draco's ult and click Voltbeak again as he goes into Gourgeist Super. And as I said, he still takes about half, but it doesn't kill, and I don't want to get burned, so I go into Rotom as he clicks Trick Room, and then clicks Poltergeist and his Life Orb. So he was offensive, but I'm able to click Air Slash and take it out. In comes AG. I just click Hex, and I'm somehow faster. So this is still a fast AG, but he clicks Shadow Ball and takes me out. I can go into Gigglet and click Curse here though, as I expect either King Shield or a switch. As he goes Sableye, because Trick Room's up, I'm faster, so I click Throat Chop, but it doesn't do a lot of damage, and he's able to burn me. So I decided to just go Draco's ult again, expecting the recover, as he does recover. And now I can get a kill again with Voltbeak, as he does stack off his Mega Sableye to the Voltbeak. In comes Shadow. I thought my Draco's ult lived the hit from full, so I stay in. And he also reveals to be Scarf Shadow and does 63. But I click Voltbeak and I crit. I don't think this mattered because I still probably did right 80%. I didn't count that, but because I have Shuriken and Sneak on Glade and he is Scarf, I have a lot more ways of playing around it, as well as Sand being up. And I still have a Sand Slash, which is completely useless this game to sack. So I could keep the Draco's ult around to, kill the AG and Gengar. But anyway, this is GG on the spot because I just clicked Voltbeak on the AG, and in comes a Gengar. And I believe I made my Draco's ult faster than Gengar. Or like Gengar creeping, whatever. So yeah, that's a game. Again, really scary matchup because Shadow is broken, but Draco's ult was equally broken in this matchup too, because no ground Pokemon. So yeah, that was a fun one. Definitely Ghost was one of, I think Ghost was top 2 gyms for me. Ghost and Ice. So good. I'm really happy we were able to pull the win. And again, we did have some creative prep which didn't come out, but still cool to have. So yeah, I think we're 10-2 now. 6 more games to go. I'm losing my voice because I've been talking for like 2 hours, but yeah, stay with me and I'll be back with you in a bit. Alright, I'm back, and this time we're taking on the Steel Gym and leader Shark. Shark's a pretty good buddy of mine and has a pretty interesting team of Heatran, Celesteela, Mega Mawile, Excadrill, Bronzong, and Aegislash. Pretty solid team. Mega Mawile, huge threat. Heatran, pretty solid versus my team. Auto Celesteela is always a threat. AG, pretty solid as well. We have a pretty interesting team here as well. We are Earthquake, Knockoff, Close Combat, Wisp, Mega Glade. Enough speed for the drill. Wisp is just to burn the AG or the Mega Mawile if we need to. Pretty solid here. Next up we have Draco's ult with the Expert Belt. Just because of Earthquake. Just to boost up Earthquake's power basically. Taunt for the Bronzong doing anything, or the Steela trying to auto, I think, or Lead Seed. Fire Fang, like just coverage for the Steel types and Voltbeak. So once Drill's gone, I guess Fire Fang also covers like Air Balloon Drill, which my wall Draco's ult. So Fire Fang covers that. Voltbeak hits almost everything else. So again, Draco's ult really good. Like Rotom Fan with Helmet, Wisp, Foul Play, Volt Switch, Reflect. Again, this is a switch into Excadrill. Checks it pretty well. We are faster than Mega Mawile, so we can burn it really quickly as well. And then Reflect is really good because he mostly has physical attackers. Also good for the Steela, but obviously Steela could be Auto Meteor Beam. And if he does auto twice, I might lose on the spot. Next up we have Greninja with Mystic Water, which boosts our water attack, Scald, because we want the Scald burns, Dark Pulse, because it's broke, Dark Pulse because there's a Bronzong and Aegislash, Spikes, which is really good here in chipping down the team, because I do expect a Scarf Heatran versus me. So if I can weaken Eruption, it's pretty good. And Shuriken just for the Excadrill in case it gets out of hand. Or Mega Mawile Sucker Punch if I don't want to take it. Auto Steal that is weakened, etc. Modest max pressure attack, enough speed for the drill, and the rest in bulk, so we are pretty bulky. Next up, Sand Slash with the Rock MZ, which hits the Steela pretty hard and ensures we are not Steela set up fodder. Knockoff, because knocking off items is good. Earthquake for the Steel types, and then Rapid Spin to get rid of their rocks. And next up we have Gigglet with the Assault Vest, Explosion, Body Press, Earthquake, Bulldoze. Should be able to check a special Aegislash and a special Celesteela pretty decently. Thought about Sand Rush, like Smooth Rock for more turns of sand, but they have a drill, so I don't really want to give it Sand Rush. So yeah, let's jump into the battle. I lead off with Rotom for like the 10th time. As the lead AG, I'm able to just fire off a Volt Switch because I don't expect AG to be super fast. Sorry, I clicked the last turn by accident, but yeah. As I switch into Heatran, so I'm able to Volt Switch and weaken Eruption right away if it is Scarf Eruption. I go into Glade, because if it's Scarf, I should live a hit, as he does click Fire Blast and does no damage, as I'm able to Earthquake and take it out. In comes AG. I believe I clicked Wisp here, but he reels the Sneak and takes us out, which is fine. I go Draco's ult, and I click Earthquake here, expecting a King Shield to get back in like Shield form and lower my attack, but he is Sash and click Shadow Claw. I don't want to take Sneak, so I go into Rotom Fan as he doubles into Bronzong, and I click Volt Switch and go into Greninja as he clicks Toxic, which is a good play by him. I double back into Rotom just to scout for Body Press as he goes into Mega Mawile, which works out fine as we can burn this thing as he does Mega Evolve and gets burnt and clicks up, so we're able to get the burn before it subs. I click Reflect now just to weaken its damage output even more as he does miss Player Off, which is kind of unfortunate. I click Volt Switch, breaks this up and go into Sand Slash as he misses again, which is kind of unfortunate. I go back into Rotom to keep Sand Slash's health around as he clicks Player Off again. And I believe I click Volt Switch here, yeah, as he goes into Bronzong. I can go back into Greninja, and I believe I click Spike on the sack. Yeah, I expected the Mawile sack, so I click Spike, so now the AG is dead unless he gets a spin-off. I go back into Rotom, and now because Reflect's gone, he actually does like 38%, which is crazy. And I believe I clicked Foul Play this turn, but he decides to save his Mawile as a sack and goes into Bronzong, and I take Rocky Helmet. But I'm able to Volt Switch and go into Sand Slash expecting rocks or rest. But he clicks Trick Room, so I switch back into Gigglet to waste turns of Trick Room. As he clicks Toxic, which is fine. And I click Body Press here as he clicks Block, so interesting set. I do take Helmet and Toxic damage, but I should be the fastest thing in Trick Room. In comes Steel, I click Body Press, but he turns out to be defensive as I only do 21%. And I boom here on the last turn of Trick Room, so it works out perfectly, denying Steela its boost as well as giving Draco's ult 3 sand turns. Click Bolt Beak here as he sacks the Mawile. Good play by him. In comes the Drill. I switch into Rotom as he calls that and clicks Rock Slide. Didn't really matter because even if I didn't switch, he would have killed the next turn. I go into Greninja now as he reveals Life Orb. And I click Scald, but he sacks the AG. In comes Celesteela. I just click Scald, and I should kill. So, yeah, that will be GG because I click Scald and kill the Drill now as well. So, again, Greninja proving its worth, but also Rotom Fan putting in like a lot of work here again with the defensive set. So, that was pretty cool. Good prep by Shark, like pretty interesting prep with the Sash and like the Scarf Heatran and yeah, Trick Room Block Bronzong. Pretty interesting prep. We were able to come a pretty decent matchup for us again. So we were able to win the Steel Z. Pretty fun. So yeah, I believe 5 more battles to go, so we are almost there, and I will be back with the next one soon. Alright, I'm back, and this time we're going to take on the Poison Gym and leader T Riches. T-Reach is a pretty interesting team as well, of Crobat, Alolan Muk, Naganadel, Galar Slowking, Mega Venusaur, and Galarian Weezing. Pretty interesting team. Um, no poison. No, there's some poison door. Yeah, pretty interesting team. And Naganadel is a huge threat. Definitely puts in a lot of work versus my team, and I have to figure out ways not to lose to it. Curse Muk as well could be super annoying for my team to deal with. So yeah, let's jump into the team I'm bringing. Starting off, I have Mega Glade with Swords Dance, Psycho Cut, Close Combat, and Knockoff. Does pretty well versus his whole team, especially if I'm able to get an SD off. Definitely puts in the work. His team is also super slow other than the Crobat and Naganadel, so I can run a lot of bulk and live hits I probably shouldn't be living. Next up, we have Draco with the Habanberry for the Naganadel. Sand Rush, and we're running Bolt Peak, Earthquake, Airlace, and Taunt. Taunt is just for like the Curse Muk or like the Slowking trying to slack off Stallus or Mega Venusaur trying to Synthesis. Earthquake because Poison type pretty good. Bolt Peak broken, and Airlace is for the Mega Venusaur, which does resist Bolt Peak and doesn't take a lot from Earthquake. And Taunt is basically to stop it from synthesizing up. So yeah, Mega Venusaur kind of a pain, only Mega Glade really kills it, which is really annoying. Next up, Rotom Fan with Light Clay. We are almost max, yeah, we are max Spadef to take on hits from Mega Venusaur and Slowking better, as well as set up screens. So we have screens, Air Slash for the Venusaur, and Volt Switch for momentum. Next up, Greninja Choice Scarf, faster than the Naganadel. Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, U-Turn, Extra Sensory for the Mega Venusaur. U-Turn, because the Muk is most likely going to come in on the Greninja, so we can U-Turn for momentum. Dark Pulse hits the Gale Slowking, and Ice Beam hits the Crobat and Naganadel. Sand Slash with Granium Z, which is pretty good here. Earthquake, Swords Dance, Stone Edge, Facade in case we get burned, Swords Dance to boost the attack, obviously. And Edgequake's really good versus him, especially with the Z. And in Sand. And next up we have Gigglet with Assault Vest and Heavily Spadef to take on Naganadel better. Especially with Light Screen up, we should be able to tank hits relatively well. Earthquake, Explosion, Stone Edge, and Heavy Slam. Again, just doing a lot of damage to his team. Yeah, pretty good way of dealing with Naganadel. I was really scared of Nasty Plot speed boosting Naganadel, so I have ways around it, basically. So yeah, I start with the match and I lead off with Rotom once again, as they do lead off with Weezing, so this is a free Volt Switch for me. I will switch straight into Weezing. I was also interesting to note this was Misty Surge. I expected Levitate or Neutralizing Gas more than this, but anyway, he clicks Toxic Spikes and then Protects as I Source Dance to Scout. I really should have clicked Earthquake here, but I overpredicted and clicked Stone Edge, and he clicks Misty Explosion and does a lot of damage. And then goes into Naganadel, but I just go into Gigglet, and because Misty trains up, I do not get poisoned, which is good, and Sledge Wave only does 11. And I click Earthquake now, and it does 36% to Venusaur, which is good damage. I go into Rotom Fan now because I'm Spadef as he clicks Sunny Day, but I'm able to tank that easily, and I just click Light Screen as he goes into Naganadel, and I go back into Gigglet with Light Screen and Sand Up now. As he clicks Draco Meteor, and it does 14%. So because of that drop and Light Screen being up, I double into Draco's ult. I'm expecting the Venusaur as he goes into Crobat, which works out perfectly for us because I can fire off my Bolt Peak pretty freely as he goes into Slowking and reveals the Eject button, which is a very good prep as he's able to bring in Venusaur without taking a Bolt Peak. But I click Taunt here as he doubles into Naganadel, so I was really surprised by that. And I click Earthquake here as he goes into Muk, and it does about half. I'm faster, so I just decide to click Bolt Peak as he goes into Venusaur and tanks pretty easily. So I go into Glade now, expecting the recover, but he actually clicks Earth Power, but because the Light Screen's up and Mega Glade is bulky, we take nothing. So I just Mega Evolve and click Knockoff and get rid of the Mega Venusaur. In comes Naganadel. I don't want to give it a boost, so I go into Gigglet again. As he clicks sub, which is pretty scary for sure, because Naganadel behind the sub is kind of bad news. I click Earthquake as he clicks Dragon Pulse, and luckily it doesn't kill us yet. I think the next one does though, yeah, or it's a roll. But he actually clicks Draco to take us out, so I guess they want to risk the roll, which means I can switch into Rotom pretty safely here. Well, but I do go into Draco's Roll because Sand is up, and I click Bolt Beak as in comes the Slowking and tanks. But I can click Bolt Beak once again, and the Slowking is gone, so that's good. But Sand runs out, so the Naganadel is gonna come in and kill us with the Dragon Pulse and get the boost. But I'm able to go Rotom Fan, basically trying to force the Draco, but we are able to tank it, so this Naganadel is not max special attack. And we're able to set up the screens as well, and then lift the Sludge Wave, which is crazy. So Rotom putting in God's work again, and getting Air Slash chip on it, which puts it in Greninja Ice Beam range. Because he is -1 on special attack, I expect him to switch into Mach, so I U-turn into Sand Slash. And just like 2%, and I click Facade here, expecting the Crobat, which is what comes in, and I die to the Poison. I go into Greninja and click Ice Beam, revealing I'm Scarf. As the Muk comes out, I switch into Gallade here, as he reveals to be a Gluttony Custap, and explodes on me and takes out my Gallade, which is fine because I'm Scarf Grand and the Naganadel is in range of Ice Beam, so we're able to pick it off and get the win. If he didn't click Explosion and click some other move, he might have had it. If he had like Sneak, I think he might have won the game because he might have been able to kill Gallade, and then I can only lock into Ice Beam versus him because of the Naganadel. So he might be able to explode and take out the Greninja, and yeah, he could have won that way. Pretty fun game and pretty good prep by him. My over prediction with the Sand Slash cost me a bit, and cost me a lot of kills as well, I think. Because if I kill the Weezing there, I think I'm able to get another kill because I was full health. So definitely misplayed Sand Slash and lost at some kills there, so that's on me. I'm sorry, Sand Slash, but yeah. Anyways, 4 battles to go, we're almost there. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Alright, we're back, and this time we're taking on the Warrior Gym and leader Veno. Mr. Smelly Veno himself, the Tangang captain, DPL winning, captain. No, I'm kidding. Veno is a great guy, so I had to bug him a lot to play me because he was busy with like school and DPL work. But he has a pretty interesting team of Draco Wish, Mr. Fish. My War Resist is Greninja, so yeah, I have to sack a lot of mons to Fish's run. Tapu Fini, which is pretty good, Fini is amazing mon. Swampert, which is really good now this gen because of Flip Turn. Volcanion, which I don't know why Volcanion's on the team, to be honest. The better mons. He could have gone with Pelipper Rain or something, but I think he didn't want to do like something boring and basic, so we have a Volcanion on the screen. I think Volcanion's super ugly too, so Greninja, but this is Torrent Greninja because Protean would mean he had 3 legendaries because Fini is a legendary and so is Volcanion, and then Rotom Wash. So pretty interesting team. Draco Wish is a huge pain, and obviously could be Sandrush too, so we might have to win a speed tie. So yeah, anyway, we're a pretty interesting team here as well. Close combat, Leaf Blade, Bulk Up, Shadow Sneak, Mega Gallade, enough speed for the Rotom Wash because his team is pretty slow. Leaf Blade hits the Swampert and the Rotom Wash pretty hard. CC and the Fini, I guess. Rotom, everything else drops to CC. Sneak weakens Fish's Rend as well as get some chip off on it. Next up, we have Dracozolt with the Haban Berry for their Draco Wish because we do resist Fish's Rend. Sandrush, Bolt Beak, Dragon Claw, sub just in case, because if we can sub, I think we win the game. Because behind the sub, we click Bolt Beak like, without stopping. And Earthquake for the Volcanion, I guess. Just coverage move, max attack, max speed, Adamant. Max speed just in case he's also running Adamant, Sandrush, Draco Wish, so we can speed tie at least. Next up, we have Rotom Fan with the Helmet. This is our Draco Wish switch in to make it take Helmet chip. Endure to make it take like 48%. because he will need to. We do live one Fisher's Run if it's not banned. So if it is Scarf, we will live one Fisher's Run, and then we can endure to make it take 3 rounds of Rocky Helmet, which is 48%. Volt Switch for momentum, Pain Split for healing, and Air Slash for what is Air Slash for? I guess damage is what you can say. Next up, Greninja with the Expert Belt. We are physical with Spikes, Gunk Shot, Rock Slide, Night Slash, Max Speed, Max Attack. To speed tie with the Greninja. Spikes are good as well here because there's only removal. Now he has a lot of good removal, so maybe. But I just put Spikes on it anyway. Could have been U-turn, I guess. Next up, Sand Slash with Sword Stance, Edge Quake, and Rapid Spin with the Rock MZ. The plan is to SD and then Rock Z on the Rotom Wash, which is the only resist to Earthquake, and then everything else doesn't like Earthquake. So Sand Slash can definitely put in work if we can get rid of the Rotom. And next up we have Gigglet with the Smooth Rock, so again hoping to set Sand up twice, and if we do so we can hopefully win. Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, Body Press, Gravity just to give Earthquake support to Sand Slash. Rocks are good, and then Stone Edge hits the Volcanion, and Feeny and Body Press hits the Greninja and stuff. So yeah, let's jump in the match. I believe I led Rotom Fan. Yeah, once again, as the lead Rotom Wash, I just switch into Gigglet expecting the Volt Switch, as he does Volt Switch into Draco Wish, and things are already looking bad because I don't have a switch, so I go into Rotom Fan, but he doubles into Rotom Wash. I'm not really sure why. He should have just clicked Fisher's Friend and taken his kill. But I'm able to Volt Switch, and this time I get the faster Volt Switch off as he clicks Volt Switch, and I'm able to go into Sand Slash. I dropped the Z here, thinking might kill, but it only does 45%, which is kind of really sad damage. But I SD here. No, I clicked Stone Edge as he goes into Pert, and I click SD here expecting Rocks, as he does click Rocks, and I believe I just spun them away instantly. Yeah, because my Rotom's not Boots. As he clicks Avalanche, which is fine, does a lot of damage. I click Earthquake here, does 33, as he's able to Rocks up again. But I can just spin them away here, which is good. But he goes into Rotom, and it's actually Helmet, so he is able to block our spin, which is kind of unfortunate. In comes Swampert, but I go into Gigglet. And I believe I set up my own rocks here. Yeah, as he clicks Earthquake and we're able to live. And then he clicks Earthquake again and takes us out, which is fine. I believe I go into Glade and click Leaf Blade to take this out since this is not window. So he sacks the Swampert, which is good because now Dracozolt clicks Bolt Beak and gets a kill every time. In comes Draco Wish. I go into Rotom Fan. But because rocks are up, I do drop to the Draco Wish as he clicks Fish's Wren. I go into Dracozolt now. If he's choiced, he's locked. Also, sorry, I forgot to mention, the Draco Wish did take sand damage. So here, Fish's Wren. And he did take sand damage right there. So I knew he was not Sand Rush, so I was faster. So I can go into Dracozolt and click Bolt Beak. He goes into Volcanion, sacks it, but there's still 3 turns of sand left, and unless he's Wakan, I think this is GG. So he sends in Feeny. He's not Wakan. I just click Bolt Beak, take it out. In comes Draco Wish. I click Bolt Beak again, take it out there. And then in comes Greninja. Same thing. I click Bolt Beak since I resist War Shuriken, and the Dracozolt's able to pick up another win. And we're able to beat our captain for Tangang. So, you know, Veno just likes gifting his teammates wins in this gym leader challenge. So, yeah. pretty good game. I'm pretty sure if he was like Wakan Feeny, it could have been troublesome for us, but I didn't really have a switch at that point. And then Scarf Draco Wish could have cleaned in theory, but yeah, fun game. Dracozolt again. Dracozolt is the superior fossil, is what it's saying, beating Draco Wish. So yeah, 3 more battles to go. We're almost there. I'll be back with the next one in a bit. Alright, I'm back, and this time we're going to be taking on the fighting gym in Leader Zombie, who has a Pheromosa, which is really scary, as well as Infernape, regular Heracross, if I'm not wrong, Lucario, Mega Gallade ends Crafty. Yeah, definitely Mega Gallade in regular Heracross. It's Crafty. Um, Once again, no Draco's old switch in, so Choice Band Bolt Beak does go in. So yeah, anyway, our team for the week, or for this matchup is Psycho Cut, Close Combat, Sneak, Sword Stance, Mega Glade, which kind of goes in, Max Speed, Max Attack to speed tie with the Mega Glade. Sneak is for the Pheromosa, because the only way of beating that Pheromosa is to make it take damage, and put it in range of like Sand, plus like Helmet, plus Sneak, plus Shuriken, especially if it CCs. Because if it CCs, obviously the defense and speed F drop makes our priority moves do more, which is really, really good, because Pheromosa's defenses are paper thin. Next up, Choice Band Draco's ult with Bolt Beak, the only Draco's ult set when there's no resist. I'm only going to be clicking Bolt Beak, so Choice Band Bolt Beak it is. Next up, Rotom Fan with the helmet, Air Slash, Wisp, Pain Split, Discharge. This is our switch to Lucario. Burns and Ice for the whole team because they are mostly physical attackers. I guess Pheromosa could be special, like Quiver Dance, which would be a threat, but yeah, Discharge for pairs, Pain Split for recovery, and Air Slash because, damage. Max HP, max physical defense. Next up, Greninja with Mystic Water, so we can power up Water Shuriken, which is really, really good for the Infernape as well as the Pheromosa. U-turn for Momentum's called for, damage plus burns, and then extra sensory because mono fighting. Next up, Sand Slash with the Flying EMZ, which is really good here because mono fighting. Off Aerial Ace, Earthquake because there's no resist other than Heracross, and well, Pheromosa doesn't count. Sword Stance, and Brick Break with Sand Rush, and then Smooth Rock Gigglet to set up 8 turns of Sand. We'll probably keep this around so we can set Sand up twice, and then hopefully again, if we can set up Sand twice, we definitely win. Curse, Body Press, Explosion, Earthquake, but again, I don't want Gigglet in, I want it to just set Sand twice, so I'm definitely going to keep it around the first time, make sure I don't sack it to something weird. So yeah, let's jump in the battle, and I believe I just lead off Gigglet to set Sand up right away and switch. As he leads Gallade, so I go into Rotom Fan. As he clicks Bulk Up, which is scary, but if he uses Triple Axle, he's going to take 48% here, plus 12% from Sand. So he would already be down 60%, but he clicks Ice Punch, we're able to tank and click Air Slash, which does a lot. He decides to just CC and trade 1-for-1 with Rotom, which I will take. A defensive Rotom for an offensive Mega Gallade is always a good trade. I go Sand Slash here on the double down as he goes Crafty. Scrafty shouldn't be able to kill me, so I just Sword Stance, especially if he's Bulk Up. In comes Heracross, and I just drop the Z on it, and take it out, which is good, so Sand Slash putting in some work here. In comes Crafty again, and I just Earthquake this time in case he wants to, like, Bulk Up or something. As he clicks Ice Punch, so he is defensive, and it does only 31%. I SD here because he's not doing anything to me as he clicks Drain Punch. And I click Earthquake here just to take it out. So Sand Slash getting 2 kills off the bat. In comes Pheromosa, and I just sack to the Smon as he clicks CC. And now I'm going to Mega Gallade because he is speed boosting Pheromosa. And I click Sneak just to get Chip as he goes Infernape, and I click Psycho Cut here. In comes Lucario, and I believe it just close combated it because Lucario again wouldn't kill me. So I'm able to take it out. In comes Pheromosa, and I just sneak this. As he clicks CC, so I'm guessing it was Scarf or Banded. And because I live, this means I can take it out with the following sneak. So a pretty quick game. Mono Fighting also doesn't have a lot of resist. So my team just smashed up really well. Mega Gallade, and like priority was... Pheromosa is scary, but priority is always its downside just because of how frail it is and not being able to protect. Like if it was Fake Out, he could protect and still try to win, but because it's Sneak and Shuriken, it's really tough for Pheromosa to win. So yeah, GG's to Zombie, pretty fun one as well. Rotom Fan again, putting in the work, trading 1-for-1 with Mega Gallade, so yeah. 2 battles to go, so almost there, and I'll be back with the next one. Alright, I'm back, and this time we're taking on the Fire Gym and leader GCF, who has a pretty interesting team. She has an Infernape, a Mega Charizard X, Cinderace, Rotom Heat, Ninetales, and Ho-Oh. He could have had Reshiram. Reshiram was allowed. He could have had Reshiram in Sun, but he chose, Ho-Oh. So, who am I? Like, like this team could have definitely been scarier than it is. I mean, it's still scary, but not as scary with Reshiram in the Sun. Yeah, it took me a lot of time to get hold of this man because he was joining me forever. Even though he's one of my good friends, he joined me for like he joined me for a week at least. Anyway, my team for this week is Rock Slide. For this matchup is Rock Slide, Earthquake, Psycho Cut, Close Combat, Mega Glade, enough speed for the Charizard X. Pretty straightforward, all out attacking. I always want to click buttons. Next up, we have pretty fun Dracozolt, Blunder Policy, Bolt Beak, Dragon Claw, Dragon Rush, and Facade. The goal is to click Dragon Rush and hope for the miss. And we get Blunder Policy, and then we are faster than everything. And just Bolt Beak and Dragon Claw Facade just in case the Rotom Heat burns us. So we get boosted Facade. Next up, Rotom Fane with Light Clay. Screens up again, Discharge for pairs, and Foul Play in case anything wants to set up on us. Max HP, Max Defense. Greninja with Choice Scarf because Choice Scarf Greninja is amazing. Enough speed for Charizard, so we will outspeed it at +1. Scarf, Rock Slide, U-Turn, Waterfall, T-Spikes. Just physical Gren looks really good here with Rock Slide, and then T-Spikes can be good. But I don't know if I'll click them because I'll probably want to attack with Greninja. Next up, Sand Slash with 4 attacks, Stone Edge, Rapid Spin, Rock Tomb, Earthquake with the Rock Z. Max attack, Sand Rush, again Sand Slash, just to drop the Rock Seed because it is Mono Fire. And next up we have Gigglet with Curse, Rest, Rock Blast, Earthquake with the Chesto Berry. Should be able to put in work if you're able to get a couple of curses up. And we do have a ton of Spadef to take on any special attackers as well if Sun is up. Also to reset Weather because he does have Ninetales. So yeah. I believe I led Greninja in this matchup as he leads Cinderace. I want to Scarf Cinder, so I switch to Rotom as he clicks Sucker Punch. He clicks Fireball and does so much damage because he's Life Orb. And I click Discharge and don't get the power, never lucky. But he clicks Sunny Day and I click Foul Play, so I was like, huh? And then he clicks High Jump Kick, so I don't know what happened. Like, he just sacked a Cinderace when he should have clicked Pyro Ball. But I was able to, he let my Rotom just stay in, get the kill, as well as set up Reflect and save for a sack later. In comes Zard, but since I have a Reflect, I go into Gigglet. As he actually clicks Curse, which was pretty interesting and good prep. I think I switched immediately into Sand Slash. Yeah, as he clicked Curse again. And I believe I dropped the Roxy right here on the Charizard X. And as I do, and I think it does about 40% because Sand Slash is weak and Zard is strong. And he clicks Outrage, but we do have Reflect, so we live. And I'm able to click Earthquake here and bring it down to 4%. As he clicks Outrage and takes us out, which is fine because it's weakened now and it's also slower than everything because of Curse. So I go into Glade and click Psycho Cut to take it out. So one of the threats is gone. In comes Ninetales. This could be Scarf Wisp, so I go into Gigglet. As he clicks Wisp and misses. Didn't really matter because I'm Chesto Resto. As I click Curse, I would have clicked Curse anyway, even if he burnt me. And he can't Solar Beam me because it'll take 2 turns. So he misses 2 Wisp, but it didn't really matter. As I click Rock Blast, he is Chardy. But I'm able to, I only get 2 hits, so I'm the one who got unlucky there, to be honest, because I'm Resto Chesto. He does have Pain Split, which makes it pretty cool set, but I'm able to Resto Chesto up. I didn't think he would have Pain Split, so that's why I clicked Rest, but he's able to burn me again. But I click Rock Blast, and 3 hits will take this Ninetales out, which is good. In comes Ho-Oh, I click Rock Blast again, as he actually reads Burn Up, which is pretty cool to get rid of his 4 times rock weakness and only be 2 times weak. And I only get 2 hits again, so I was like, okay, and I go into Rotom Fan here, as he starts clicking Curse as well. So I was like, oh, okay, I start spamming Discharge, hoping for the Para, as he clicks Roost, so this is a very Spadef Curse setup Ho-Oh. I click Discharge and finally get the Para on Ho-Oh, which is really good. As he clicks Brave Bird and takes me out. I go into Dracozolt. Bolt Beak would still kill it, even at +1, so I click Bolt Beak as he goes into Rotom and tanks. So I go back into Gigglet on the Rotom as he clicks Thunderbolt, which does like no damage. I believe I click Rock Blast here. Yeah, In comes the Infernape, and I click Rock Blast, and I think I get 5 hits on this one. Yeah. Which is good chip on the Infernape for sure. He clicks CC and takes me out, so didn't really matter too much. But I'm able to go Dracozolt, and I think I click Dragon Claw here, but he is Scarf Infernape and is able to do a lot of damage. Actually, I just click Bolt Beak and get my kill. In comes Rotom Heat, and I just click Dragon Rush trying to get the miss. But I hit and flinch him, so you know, I get but I click it again just to show off my set because I am speed boosting with Blunt Policy. He burns me, so I click Facade and take him out. In comes the Ho. I just click Bolt Beak till I die, and then I go into Gallade or Greninja to revenge, but he gets parried, so Dracozolt kills. Yeah, a little hacksy, but I think he deserved it because he was joining me for a week, you know? So kind of deserved in my opinion. But anyway, again, Dracozolt putting in work with a fun set. Cool prep by GCS with, you know, the double curse and Life Orb Cinderace, so not running like the usual items, which is pretty fun. So yeah, he definitely made this tricky. Yeah, one more gym battle to go. We're almost there. So yeah, let's I'll be back, and then we'll be in with our last battle for the gym run. Alright, we're back, and this is our last battle for the Gym Leader Challenge. We're facing the Grass Gym and Leader Pineapple, who is a team of Ludicolo, Flapple, Mega Abomasnow, Kartana, Tapu Bulu, and Whimsicott. So someone else who picked the double non-Uber Legendary strat. I believe they had access to Shaman Sky, but they went with this route, which is fine. Yeah. Again, like, Grass is a very bad monotype, so although it's pretty good versus a Dracozolt team just because it cannot click Bolt Beak freely. So we do have some pretty fun prep for this week as well. Starting off, we're going to make a Glade with Vacuum Wave, which is for the Scarf Kartana, because, you know, Scarf Kartana was a menace in Gen 7 OU, and I believe it's still a menace, and I don't want to lose to Scarf Kartana. I've lost to it enough. Poison Jab for the Bulu as well as the Whimsicott. Like, it's just pretty... hits everything except the Kartana. Fire Punch, which also hits everything except the Ludicolo. And Close Combat, which is just really good in general. Yeah, Max Attack and the remaining from the Speed creep into Special Attack. Just want to show Vacuum Wave for the Kartana. Next up, Dracozolt with the Meteor Beam, Power Herb set again. Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower. So special Dracozolt with Sunny Day, just in case he sets up Rain with Ludicolo, because I believe we should be able to live Ice Beam from full from this. Next up, we have Rotom Fan with the helmet. Once again, this is a Bulu and Kartana check. Air Slash, Reflect, Volt Switch, Pain Split. Pretty standard basic set. Next up, Greninja, Choice Scarf, because I don't want to lose to Scarf Kartana. So we're creeping Kartana, and with Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, U-Turn, and Toxic Spikes. Pretty standard Scarf Grand set as well. Sand Slash with the Rock MZ, Stone Edge, Spikes, Poison Jab, X Scissor. Max Attack Adamant, just, you know, making Sand Slash hopefully good to get a kill. Gigglet with the check button to get us into Sand Slash or Dracozolt pretty easily. I believe this is for like the what is this for? I think this is like our switch into Whimsicott, and then Body Press, Stealth Rock, Heavy Slam, Rock Blast, pretty standard. Let's jump in the match. I decided to lead off with Gallade as he leads off with Bulu. Scarf, Wood Hammer would kill me, so I switch into Rotom Fan to Scout, as he stays in and clicks Horn Leech and doesn't do a lot of damage. So I stay in and click Air Slash, but he reads to be Cobra Berry and eats that pretty well, and click Stone Edge, which does do a lot of damage. But I decided to just Pain Split here as he goes into Kartana, which works out really nicely because I'm able to heal up. He clicks Knock, and I'm able to take out the Kartana with Air Slash, which is good because Scarf Kartana is a huge threat. In comes Abomasnow. I don't really have a switch for this, so I just stay in as he Ice Shards me. I believe I go into Dracozolt and hit them with the Meteor Beam because, you know, gotta show off the tech. So I hit them with the Meteor Beam, and this Ludicolo just eats. So this is AV Ludicolo, which is good because this means it can't set Rain. But I'm able to Dragon Pulse as he Ice Beams, and I live from full, and then a Dragon Pulse again to take a kill. But if he wasn't AV, I would have been able to get more than 1 kill. In comes Whimsicott, and since I'm so low, I decided to just sack off my Draco's ult. He also used to be life for Whimsicott. I go into Gigglet as he goes into Bulu, and I click Heavy Slam, and Bulu drops, so Gigglet getting a kill as well. In comes Flapple with the grassy terrain. Grab Apple just destroys my Gigglet, which is fine. I go into Sand Slash and drop my Z, thinking it will kill, but Flapple is surprisingly bulky and tanks, and kills me with Grab Apple as well, which is fine. I go into Mega Glade now. I go into Greninja and just U-turn, and go into Mega Glade. He should go into Whimsicott here and just Moonblast get his kill, but he goes into Obama Snow, so I was like, fine, I'll just Fire Punch and get my kill, which is what ends up happening, and then he goes into Whimsicott, and I just show that I have Vacuum Wave, as he clicks Life for Moonblast and just absolutely destroys my Glade. But now I can go into Greninja and click Scarf Ice Beam and get my kill. So yeah, and I'm able to win the Grass Z as well. So that is our gym challenge run. We ended up going 16-2, our losses being to the Ice and Dragon gyms. If I can find my trainer card, which would be pretty cool, because it looks cool with all the gym badges there. Yeah, here it is. So as you can see, I went 16-2, the only losses being Ice and Dragon. I think this looks pretty cool. I had a lot of fun doing it as a challenger this time. Had a lot of fun using Draco's ult, Gigglet, Glade, Greninja, Rotom Fan, and Sand Slash. I did keep stats as well, because I always like keeping stats and keeping pretty stats. So Mega Glade definitely putting in the work with 25 kills and 9 deaths. So yeah, Glade, justifying the T1 pick. Greninja, which was surprisingly amazing, never dying. I also ran a lot of Scarf Greninja. So only 3 deaths is kind of crazy and still getting 22 kills. Draco's ult with the absolute carry with the most kills with 27 and only 7 deaths. So as you can see, the top 3 definitely carrying their weight. Gigglet, which also put in a lot of work with 12 kills, setting up Sand with Smooth Rock, as well as being AV and checking a lot of special threats. Rotom Fan, which was mostly defensive, and the 1 week it could be offensive. I got Frozen, but definitely still put in a lot of work, helped me not lose instantly to a lot of threats. Set up screens, helmet, amazing mon, and then Sand Slash, which I tried so hard to get kills, but I definitely choked a couple of kills away with Sand Slash, so that's my bad. But still, I think every Pokemon still put in a lot of work, which is pretty good. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I don't know if I'm gonna upload the bracket run. I might, and I might explain a little more. But yeah, this was my gym challenge run. If you enjoyed it, thanks. Like, if you watched this far, thank you. You're a real one for sure. This is gonna be crazy long, so I don't expect everyone to watch it to the full. But it was just a fun thing I did. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Until then, I'll see you all. Bye, and have a nice